So I mentioned the theme for this year is building. Well, what kind of stuff am I going to be building, and how will I know what to build? Well, that's a good question. So what do we do? So we asked the experts. So I know y'all remember this wonderful couple right here, Jeremy and Cassandra from San Mojo Homestead.
Yeah.
And we actually became very good friends from doing the Homestead tour and all of us hanging out and stuff.
Yeah.
So they are my goat experts.
Oh boy.
And so I had to bring them here because you remember we had Hammer come over to the farm, and they had a couple dates with the goat. So hopefully they're bred.
Successful dates,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Yeah.
And you also know Charlie and Lisa, and they recently just had a kidding.
Yeah.
They had one didn't go so well, and then they had a second one that went better, but he had to do a lot of hands-on stuff.
Yes. Yeah.
So that really spoke to me, and I was like, all right, I want to be prepared. I brought in the experts, so we're going to talk about like what I need to get ready for. Is my setup good for what we want to do with our goats, and just am I feeding them correctly? So first off, we were supposed to have them fully bred and birthed and kidded before 2. Well, we got them hopefully bred. They're going to be having kids after 2. So first mistake.
It's okay.
Which
So-
isn't a
It's
big
okay,
deal.
no.
The biggest thing is like their hips are still more flexible before 2.
Yeah.
Like at 2 they really set in.
Yeah.
They're still gonna like expand and
It'll
be
be
fine.
okay.
You'll be
I'll
fine.
be
So, but all right. But we're going.
Yeah, don't speak
of
to
course, we're going to. They want to eat the camera too,
Yes.
so it'd be all right. We're going to walk into the barn. We already talked a little bit because I didn't just want to like bring them in and put a camera on their face and just kind of like put them on the spot, bombard. So we talked a little bit.
I'm a little used to that though with him, you know.
Well,
Yeah, it's
hey,
like,
that's,
all right, video.
That's
that's
my
the
life.
YouTube life. I'm going to do that from chassis from now on too. But yeah, that was a little more flimsy.
Yes, it is.
They're filming as well, so.
Good
This
luck.
is-
These goats.
Yes.
It's the joys of filming with goats.
We're like the YouTube-lorians.
Yes.
It is the way.
Yes.
So let's walk into the barn and we'll talk a little bit about what we got going on in here and what we're going to be changing and doing. All right, so we're in the barn now. And over here where Jeremy and Cass are standing, this is my thought. I'm going to put a gate right here. So this could be like a little area if I need to keep them away from each other or keep them away from anything, and their kidding area.
Yeah.
It's big enough?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
this is
it's like a
plenty
small
big.
barn. I can barely like extend my arm.
But the Nigerian dwarfs are a very tiny goat, so
That's true.
So
and the
this is-
babies are even tinier.
Okay, I'm gonna interject and ask something for us. All right. Roughly how big is this? Is this like 4 feet wide?
It's put your arms out. Yeah, about right. 4 foot. How tall are you?
Okay.
5?
Almost 6, just under 6.
Yep.
And it's like probably 6 feet long.
Yeah, about 6 foot. Look
So
at
we're
you.
building birthing stalls for ours,
Uh-huh.
and they're going to be 4 feet wide, 6 feet long. And I was like, I don't know if that's going to be big enough, but this gives
This
me
is
perfect
it.
visual.
Yeah,
so
this is perfect.
Good.
I think we're good.
perfect.
I think
Yep.
we're good. All right,
Yep.
sorry.
So it'll be big enough to hold them.
Yes.
Yes.
Birth them.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
Yeah, for sure. For
Now,
sure.
and then we were talking on this side of it. We're gonna move the minerals and stuff, and then about to that pole, a little bit past it, is where the milk stands are gonna go.
Yeah, I think that's a great setup. I like the idea that this can still be separated off. I did just have a thought. So we have one goat that the other goat will bully her away from the babies.
Mhm.
So if they kid together, essentially one tries to dominate and be the only mom.
Mhm.
I don't know your temperaments of your goats.
And we don't either.
So if that were to happen, you might need to plan on making sure that milk stand could at least be moved out maybe, so that this could be sectioned off.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna build it I was gonna make it movable because
perfect.
later
Perfect.
on
Yeah.
out here is gonna be a different barn later on. So this barn this area that we're at is going to be very temporary.
Yeah.
So there'll be a door. I'm going to put a door right here so that beautiful doggy dogs won't be coming in here trying to drink the milk.
Yeah. Also, I mean, when you have one on the stand, you don't want the other one trying to get up and get the grain while you're milking.
Right.
So
Right.
that's a
So-
good idea.
Doors, door, stanchion.
Yes.
Everything else in this area, in this barn, is good now.
Yeah.
We just have to
yeah.
move. How do you feed your goats? Do you feed them in a rubber tote on the ground, or do you have it raised up?
Raised up.
Raised
Right.
up. Yeah.
See, I bought these
Yeah.
things, and you can see it's all jacked up and broken now.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so I've got to.
They'll put their feet in them
Oh yeah.
and weigh them down.
Second
Yes.
time.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Second time it's
Horrible.
broken.
Yeah.
First time it was over here on the
Right.
and they kept jumping on it to try to jump up here.
So what we did was we have fencing similar to yours, and we took wire and we wrapped them on the fencing. And they're low enough that they don't put their feet in them, and the wire keeps them on. The hay, you're going to have another thing over here for hay, I'm assuming?
Do I need to?
Yes.
Okay, so then yes.
Yeah, so you'll need something for them to have hay over here if you do have to separate the two for whatever reason. And then feeding on the stanchion, you'll need something that you can put grain in.
Perfect. Chicken. So the other thing we're going to do inside is, of course, we need to make sure they have water in the area that we're going to be confining them in if we need to. So out here is going to be, I'm going to build a roof off of the barn, and then use like cattle panels around it. So again, I can keep the dogs and the chickens out of the area while I'm in there using it, and also with the door having a gate on it, I can keep the babies out here while I'm milking the mommies,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
that's perfect. It'll be a perfect setup for them.
I love it when a plan comes together.
I love it when a plan comes together.
I had all this planned when I first did it, honestly. Like, I was like, you know what? It's just worth a video. Needed some content. Friends come over.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I knew exactly what I was doing.
You did have a good plan.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's going to work.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I think, this is it's good to have been late to the party. Because now I know everybody else is like screw up.
Yes.
Yes.
So
There's a benefit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Sure, you can learn
To not
from
be a
others.
first.
All right. Speaking of like being late to the party, usually I'm early, like with my tomatoes.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
I watched a TikTok today, and the guy was growing loofah. He's like, "Hey, now's when you need to start loofah." I was like,
What?
you tell me I can start seed?
What?
It takes 120 to 200 days.
So most of ours did come on in the fall.
Fall.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
our fall was warm enough to where
Right.
they were
Yeah.
able to hold them and grow them out.
And I talked to
But-
Siri, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Hey Siri, what's 120 days from now?" She's like, "May 7th." I was like, "Let's start it."
Yeah.
So I'm super excited. About to start some seeds.
Hey, I do.
But
Yeah.
so
The amazing
Yeah.
loofah.
yeah, they're amazing loofah. Actually, goats can eat loofah.
Yes.
Ah,
So can
boom.
you.
That's true.
If you
But
pick
only
them when
ones-
they're young.
Yeah,
Young.
when they're young.
Young.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm really curious to know like what their fiber levels are because they're really fibrous. So I
Mhm.
think they're high in fiber, which is good for goats.
And I wonder if it'd be the same consistency as okra. Like if you fried them or like sauteed them. Almost. Yes. Yes.
See,
So-
we're going into a whole
So-
nother topic.
We're gonna try to make okra loofah. Can you imagine what is pickled loofah? What?
I know, right? Hey, it's worth a shot.
Pick them young.
Pick them young. How young? This is not even about goats now, but they're listen. They're not only our goat experts. Okay, they do have a wonderful garden, and they grow a lot of great stuff. So
Thank you.
just
Thank
stay
you.
tuned. I mean, just stick with us. Stick with us.
Yeah.
We'll get
Yeah.
back to it.
Cool.
We'll get back to it. The main part's over with. Everything I already knew I needed to do is over with.
Now we're on to like things that are like
Yeah.
Just
hypothetical
homestead
and like
chat.
what if.
Just
Yeah.
homesteaders chat.
You know what we should do? Y'all should be on our podcast.
Yay!
need to. Yes.
That would be so
Do
fun.
it. All right. Hey,
So fun.
you heard it
Let's
here
do it.
first.
Let's do it.
Check out the.
Can you not eat my sweater?
And you know we need to have our first loofah tasting
Yes.
on your podcast.
Now we'll do the
So
live.
if it goes disastrous, then
We'll do the live on like one of the. Well, we'll both go live
Yes.
on YouTube.
okay.
Yes.
We'll be at somebody's house and we'll fry up some loofah
Okay. There we go.
and do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's do it. If you have a good loofah recipe, put Write that in the
Please.
description.
You'll be the only person in the world. But we need it.
Oh, yes.
So speaking of the goats being able to eat loofah, right now I'm feeding them what's called sweet feed. It's got molasses in
Yes,
it.
yeah.
And you were talking about, I was asking you about alfalfa.
Yes.
Whenever I put them on the stanchion, using alfalfa as a treat.
Yeah.
And so you were saying that alfalfa is one of the big GMO.
Yes. It's
Produced
highly, yes, it's all GMO'd unless you get organic. But if you get something like Timothy, it still has a high protein and it's
Yes.
not GMO'd. So it would be a good pellet alternative.
Y'all can't see this, but Genesis is just like
Yeah.
getting the scratch love. Just the
She's loving it.
She
Yeah.
knows I'm a lover.
She
of
will
goats.
not let me touch her head, but she's just loving it right now.
Yep. Yeah. I
She's
love
like McDonald's over
The
here.
goat
She's loving
whisperer.
it.
it. So,
Yeah. So Timothy pellets would be a good alternative if you want something that's non-GMO and still reasonably cheap.
Cool.
So
cool. So, well, I just recently gave them a shot.
yes,
What was that shot that I gave them?
CDT.
CDT. That's what it is.
CDT.
Yeah,
CDT.
I can never remember.
I have no clue what the CD stands
Yeah.
for. T is tetanus.
Compact
Yeah.
disc tetanus.
Yes.
Compact disc tetanus. They have a whole album inside of them right now. Stay tuned. We're gonna be dropping that fall. The goat rap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So goats need a CD
No
shot.
kidding.
Ah.
That's the name of the first album. Is no kidding. If y'all don't kid, I'm gonna be.
I was gonna say that's not a good name
No, I'm
'cause
gonna be
you don't want to be
upset.
speaking
No,
that
yeah,
into
yeah.
no,
Yeah,
no.
How about
No.
full kid?
Yes.
There you go.
There you go.
But yeah, CDT, you want to do it annually. Yes, annually.
Yes.
Babies, we didn't really talk about this before,
No.
but babies they get 3 boosters. So
Yes.
you give them their first one, and then there's 2 boosters after that.
Of that CDT.
Of the
Yes.
CDT.
Oh, okay.
But then after that, for the rest of their life, it's just once a year.
Cool. So you said booster for every how long?
3, 6, and 9
Shoot,
weeks.
now you put me- Okay, there we go. 3,
Gotcha.
6, and 9.
Good thing you're here.
Yes, yes.
We would
Is
just
it
be.
week?
staying
And it
here.
doesn't hurt
Okay.
if you
Yeah.
do it for another one, like on 12th week. So our goat mentor actually started doing that last year
Mhm.
because he was having some trouble. And
Is
you
that
can't
one
really-
weeks or months? I think Coccidia is weeks.
It's weeks.
Okay.
Yep.
We have so many things
Ooh,
we have
what
to
if the
deal
C
with.
stands for Cox City?
No, it does
No,
not.
it does
Okay.
not.
Coccidia is totally different.
Just trying.
Yep.
Just trying.
No.
Totally different shot that you're going to need to give your babies
Yes.
because Coccidia here in South Carolina, because
It'll
of humidity
take
and
'em
everything, will take them out fast.
Yeah. Don't ask me.
I know. That's
Here's-
why I never try to say it.
Clostridium.
Hey, let's just show it to the camera.
Hey. I don't
Yeah.
know.
If you this is what the CD it's one thing and then the T is tetanus, but I don't ever try
Where
to
do you
pronounce
see
it on
the,
camera.
It's Fox.
Exactly.
Clostridium.
Stridium perfringens.
Hey, if you eat loofah, then
It's
you'll be able to say
over,
it.
it's overeating disease.
Yeah.
Overeating
Remember how I was
Yeah.
telling you
I
that
might
you
need that
got
same shot. Look at this. I got that overeating disease. What's that again? Syndocrindus phosphonidus. Overeat.
Yes.
But if you know goats, they can get into things.
Yep.
And
that
they
is-
And
will
if they
overeat.
and they will overeat.
Which can be a main killer for goats.
Yes. So the CDT kind of protects them.
Cool.
Yeah.
So that's why we gave them that. So everything else I've been feeding them is right. I also
Yes.
supplement my feed with spent grain I get from a brewery. That's good stuff. You don't want to give them too much because they can get bloated.
Yeah.
Because it is. I mean, it's could have some yeast in it.
Right.
It's used to make beer or other things like that. So I mix it. I use it as just to help with the price of feed and how much I'm feeding them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the baking soda does help
Help
fight
with
against
that,
that.
Right.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
when we're in there, I briefly mentioned or showed that I have free choice minerals. One minerals is from Redmond's. Same people that make the Redmond salt, but they make also animal supplements and stuff like that. So I have the Redmond's goats minerals, and also the other one is just baking soda.
Yep.
And so they also like to chew on the cedar tree, which is a good dewormer.
It
And
is.
Yep.
so, well, I mean, that's pretty much all I was wondering about. I mean, I'm gonna build the milk stanchion and get it going as soon as possible. I am a little bit of a procrastinator, so we're
Hey,
gonna get it
there's-
done soon.
There's,
okay.
there's nothing like a baby to kick you into high gear, though. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
I had 2 kids, and I'm still a procrastinator.
Well, yes.
Yes.
when you know you have to have it done, you're gonna crank it out.
Yeah. So
Yep.
April, I'll get it done.
Yes.
But get them on whatever grain or feed they're getting on.
Yes. So we are going to
Feed.
change over the feed. Right now, I get my feed from a local. Why did the word just leave my
Feed
head?
store?
Yeah, feed store.
Feed store.
Stupid. Local feed store.
Yeah.
And it is not non-GMO, so I will be switching over to non-GMO stuff because though we were talking the GMO itself will not, like whatever is GMO'd in it, GMO just stands for genetically modified organism, will not pass through into the milk, but it will stay in the goat. I don't want my goats being unhealthy.
Yeah.
And that's what we were talking about.
Right.
So
Yep.
it's about their life and ours. So I want to, big changes. It's a building year. So we're just going to build a good, happy homestead and do things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I appreciate y'all coming out
Yeah.
Of course.
and
It's
helping
fun.
us out. And,
Yeah. Talk goats.
That's right.
Love
Goats and
talking
loofah.
goats.
And
And
loofah, yeah.
loofah.
Gotta have the
And-
loofah in
Yeah,
there.
we got to have the loofah in there. So appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all. We'll catch you in the next one.
All right.